gonna close the shot on this, man. And this is something that's been trending on social media. This is we're going away from the version away from the sports segment part of HBCU, talk about HBCUs in general. Apparently, there's a state senator, Michael Warren, I think his name is, who's upset because of quote, quality Black students are choosing Tennessee State University over the other PWIs, predominantly white institutions, in the state of Tennessee. Now, you shared this, and it's going viral on your account, but it's been talked about. This dated the 15th or 16th, I think. So
16th, yes.
The 16th. So my mother's birthday. But anyway, so this goes back to this whole, I don't want to spend too much time on this, okay? Because we could spend a whole show and a half on this alone. But it's all the more reason for our Black students, if they're able, if they have the opportunity, to consider HBCUs. Because if they're thinking, if this is the senator, and he's not the only one who thinks this, Michael Warren is not the one who thinks this.
Well, correction, Scott. His name is Todd Gardenhire.
Todd Gardenhire. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What I?
Yeah, it's Senator Todd Gardenhire from the 10th district in Tennessee, which is basically the Chattanooga region. And his beef was that he believed that the aggressive marketing tactics of Tennessee State was the reasoning why quality Black students, in his words, were choosing one Tennessee State over the likes of Tennessee PWIs like Tennessee Chattanooga. You listen to the president over there at Tennessee Southern. She basically says, no, it's because the level of education that you'll receive there at TSU, along with the culture at HBCUs, those are the reasons why. So one, he doesn't most definitely think much of HBCUs. He just thinks that they only are capable of grabbing students because of aggressive marketing. And they don't have quality education. There's no way in the world they can have quality education over there. And then two, that's what he believes about these intelligent Black students that are coming out of high school, especially in the state of Tennessee, that something flashy and aggressive in terms of marketing would be the reason why these students choose an HBCU over the greatness of Tennessee Chattanooga. Word, dude, marketing is the reason why? Are you think that these kids are just that enamored by flashiness that they can't choose a quality education?
He's openly telling on himself, but that's just the state of stuff these days since certain former president came along. So students and parents of these students, prospective students, you see how people like this gentleman views our kids. You see that. Please, I'm not telling you you have to, but please consider an HBCU for these kids. Please consider HBCU for these kids. They get the nurturing and things that they need. They get a quality education. I don't have to go into the stats about North Carolina Central being amongst the top law schools in not only in the state of North Carolina, but in the country. I don't have to go into the fact that A&T, I believe North Carolina A&T puts out the most Black engineers in the world. I don't have to go into the fact that FAME has one of the better business programs in the country. I don't have to do all that. It speaks for itself. But please have your children consider those schools.
And more than one, please.
Yes.
More than one. I guarantee you. And this is not me, taking a dump on these institutions that I'm about to name. But I do understand that these institutions are popular and that these kids are going to only focus on those institutions. But there are more HBCUs out there than just Howard, Hampton, Florida A&M, Grambling, North Carolina A&T, Morehouse, and Spelman. And I guarantee you, you are going to find an atmosphere and a climate and a program that you're going to enjoy at one of the many 100 plus institutions that exist out there for our historically Black colleges and universities. I guarantee it. I'm not saying shun those institutions because I love them all. I do, especially my beloved A&T.
Right.
But I just want you to understand that you have a ton of options, because if those schools tell you no, I don't want you to say, I don't want to think about HBCUs at all, because I've seen it. I don't like it, especially when these kids that get shunned by that one institution that they like say HBCUs ain't the way to go.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. Those institutions are difficult to get into right now.
Right. Right.
And you know, it is what it is. I would, prefer that everyone get into their dream institution. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. Sometimes the thing that you believe might be your dream institution might not be it. It might be the place that you end up going. Dude, I'll tell you like this, Scott. I had no idea about what A&T was about before I started enrolling in the schools. Had no idea. I applied to A&T sight unseen. It was the only institution I applied to. But you know the other schools, you know what my dream schools were leading up to that?
What's that?
Georgia Tech,
Mm.
Pepperdine.
Mm.
Who else? University of Florida. Those are the schools I was looking to. And again, I'm not going to go ahead and squat on PWIs either, because maybe that's a fit for you too. But broaden your horizons, check out as many institutions, especially check out as many HBCUs as you possibly can, based upon the programs that might fit you. Here I go, sound like a recruiter right here. But yeah, don't just go ahead and limit yourself to just one thing. Check out to see what your viable options are, and also have an understanding of what these people out here think of you that fund these HBCUs, because that's what part of the issue is the fact that they feel as though that these institutions are better than our HBCUs, and we feel as though we continue to fund those institutions and continue to not fund our HBCUs. And of course, HBCUs get bigger, we have to give them more funding, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day that I don't want to get into. All I'm going to say is consider HBCUs, please. That's all.